Okay. There was a question.
Yes, on the frame.
Okay. So on the frame, look at the question there. Now, yeah, yes, you wanted to find out where which one was that? Where 130 came from?
Where we get the 130, yes.
Okay, so 50 plus 0. I have a calculator with you?
Yes.
50 plus 0 minus 220. What are we getting?
170.
170, meaning that 170 is our net requirement. Those are shortage units, not so.
Yes.
So the shortage units are 170, but we are ordering fixed ordering policy of 300 units. So when you order 300, you can sort out the one net requirement of 170. You can sort out the shortage here.
Okay.
So 300 minus 170, that's where the 130 came from, which is the excess stock that you should be on hand.
So that's our next on hand after ordering 300.
Yeah. When you've ordered 300, but our shortage units, we had a 170 units. So we can clear the 170, then we can remain with on hand of 130. Okay.
Okay, it's clear.
So let's see where the 130 came from. So this 130 plus 0. So 130 plus 0 minus 0, we still have a 130 units here, which is on hand, which is still there. So now, the aspect of lead time for the frame, you go back and check the lead time aspect here, which is lead time is 1 week. So meaning for you to have a receipt of 300 units in week 7, where there's a net requirement of 170, then our lead time is 1 week. So our release would have been 1 week before. So that's why if it was 2 weeks lead time, this 300 would have been come back twice here. It would have been 300 in week 5. So this is how you go about the lead time. So lead time between placing an order and time between receiving an order. So this is it. The reason why we have a 300 here. Now we move on from here. The planned order release of the frame are the gross requirements for the wheels. Okay, so for the wheels, but multiply by 2. So the gross requirements for the wheels, but multiply by 2. So you come and multiply by 2 here. Okay, so the 300 in this week 6, where we are. So we multiply this 300 by 2, because there is a 2 there, which is 600. And the gross requirement values for the other months, for the other weeks, they are just zeros. Then you check for the on hand. On hand for the wheels, so we go for the wheels, on hand for the wheels. For the wheels, on hand is 200 units. 200. So you put a 200 here. Okay, so 200. The 200 plus 0 minus 0 is 200. 200 plus 0 minus 0 is 200. It's similar to the previous workings. 200 plus 0 minus 200 is 200. 200 plus 0 minus 0 is 200. So adding this minus the demand. So this is demand. Okay. So we are getting that one. Okay. So here you're going to have also 200 minus plus 20 minus 0 is 200. 200 plus 0 minus 0 is 200. 200 plus 0 minus 600, you have a net requirement of 400. These are shorted units required to meet demand. So what should you do? If you are using load for load, you order net requirements. That's what I meant here. Fixed order regardless of the net requirement. That's why here, even if our net requirement was 170, if it was load for the frame, would have ordered the same 170, quite all right. That's all. But here, regardless of the net requirement, we are ordering fixed order of 300 units. So for the other one, for the wheels, we are ordering, so it's lot for lot. So order the net requirements. So because the lot for lot from the explanation here, we are simply saying we are ordering the net what? Net requirements for lot for lot. You are ordering the net requirements. Okay, so you order net requirement to produce or net requirements, order net requirements. Okay, so here we're using lot for this other one. Lot for the board, for the wheels. So we are going to order our net requirements of 400 here. So when you order 400, you can sort out this. So 400 that you have ordered, you can meet the requirement and you remain with 0. So 0 plus 0, to meet 0, you're getting 0. Okay, 0 plus 0, to meet 0 here, you get 0. Okay, so meaning, what's our lead time for the wheels? So for the wheels, the lead time for the wheels, you go back and check the lead time for the wheels, is 2 weeks. So meaning, we come for the wheels here, lead time is 2 weeks, so meaning you come this way 2 weeks before. So this is how you get to the MRP for the wheels. Okay. Then we move on to the boards, the last one for the MRP. So what's important is just the concept. Okay. And the order is just the same. Gross requirement, schedule receipts, on hand, net requirement, plan to the receipt, penalties. They're just these 6 components that you need to know. So we have to check where the boards are coming from. The boards are coming from where? You go back to the products. The most important thing in MRP is for you to understand the product structure tree. So you will go back to the tree. So the boards are coming from where? The wheels. So boards are coming from the wheels. So the planned order release of the wheels are the gross requirements of the boards. The planned order releases of the wheels are the gross requirements of the boards. Okay, so you come here and you come to the board. So for the boards here, the releases are 400. Now 400 is here, but in what week? So you multiply by what? You multiply 400 by 2. Why by 2? There's a 400 here, but the boards are coming from the wheels, but by 2. So the releases of the wheels, the planned order releases of the wheels are the gross requirements of the boards, but you multiply by 2. Okay, so that's why you're getting 800 here. And what are we using for this one? What's the load size? What's the production size for this one? It is a fixed order quantity of 250 units. Fixed order quantity of 250 units. So it's FOQ 250 units. Regardless of demand, so you are talking about FOQ equals 250 units. So 250 units. So this is what we are looking at right now. So what is going to happen is we'll put 800 there, that gross requirement. Schedule receipts 30 units. So let's check for schedule. So we'll go back and check for schedule receipts. So schedule receipts, we're talking about 30 units week 1. On hand is 20 units for the boards. Lead time is 1 week. So let's go for the on hand is 20 units. So on hand, we're talking about 20 units. So 20 plus, you add the schedule receipts plus on hand, then minus the gross requirements, which is the demand. So the schedule receipts, the gross requirements we're talking about, this is the demand. Okay, so that one is the demand. So this is what goes on. So you add these 2 minus the gross requirement, we still remain with a 50. 50 plus 0 minus 0 is still a 50. 50 plus 0 minus 0 is still a 50. Then 50 plus 0 minus 800 is 750. Now, 750 is our net requirement. So, what is our FOQ? Fixed order quantity is 250 units. So if you order a 250 units, it won't be enough for us to meet the net requirement, the shortage of what? So this net requirement, the shortage. So it won't be enough for us to meet the shortage. Shortage of what? Of 750 units. So you can order the 3 batches of 250. That's why the 750 came about. So order the 3 batches of this. The fixed order quantity is 250 units, but you can order the 3 batches of that. Okay. So that's why we've ordered the 750 units, because we have ordered the 3 batches of 250. So meaning 250 plus 250 plus 250, 3 times you get the 750. So that's why we have ordered the fixed batches, the 3 batches of that. So we have ordered the 750. All right, that's where the 750 came from. It is not lot for lot. This is because our net requirement was 750 units, and our planned order receipt is better we order the 3 batches of this. So just order 3 batches. 1 batch is 250. Just since we have under pressure, we have a net requirement, so that net requirement of 750. So we can order the 3 batches of 250, which is 750. And from here, we can now see that we are going to have, after we have ordered this, you can sort out this one. You're going to have the on hand of 0 units, which will remain, we are going to remain with 0. 0 plus 0 minus 0. So it is the rest of here, you're going to have zeros. And then our lead time is actually, our lead time is 1 week. So meaning this should come 1 week before. So 1 week before. So we are getting 1 week before, it's giving us this one. So this is how you go about the product, because what is important here is for somebody to understand the product structure tree. Okay, so product structure tree is what is actually very, very important that people should know. Okay, so that's why the lead time is 1 week. That's why the 750 came here, because of aspect of lead time. So we have the 1 week there. So this marks the end of MRP for the bicycle. We were talking about the 4 components, that of the bicycle, that of the frame, the wheels, and the boards. So this is what is just as important. And the emphasis here is on the 6 components that are involved: the gross requirements, the schedule receipts, the on-hand net requirements, the planned order receipt, and the planned order releases. These are just the cardinal points that needs to be understood. Once you understand these ones, then MRP will not be a difficult topic anymore. So, and then of course the lot sizing rules we're talking about, it can be either the lot for lot, it can either be, but the most common lot sizing rules are just fixed order quantities. The lot for lot and fixed order quantity, these two are common. These are the most common lot sizing rules: the lot for lot, the fixed order quantity. Of course, we can get into a deeper way. We're going to look at the part period balancing lot sizing rule. Okay. Then we also get into the 6 components which I mentioned: gross requirements, the scheduled receipts on hand, net requirements, the planned order receipt, the planned order release. Those are the 6 components that are involved in MRP. So this is what MRP is all about. So we just need to get into other examples where you're going to understand thoroughly as we look at MRP. So for now, this marks the end of the topic, but we can now switch to the other topic where I'm going to be very slow, which is the inventory management. Is there a question so far?
From what you are doing, it's clear. What I don't understand is these rules for lot for lot and fixed order quantity.
Okay.
I understand. No, wait, listen. I know lot for lot means like we're ordering as just when it's demanded. But the fixed order quantity is what I don't get.
Okay, so let me explain to you the fixed order quantity. So fixed order quantity, let's go back to the fixed order quantity. So a fixed order quantity, we are simply saying we are ordering regardless of demand. So even if the demand, like an example, let's go to the frame. Let's go to the frame, example for the frame. Excuse me. I know for the bicycle, lot for lot, this one you understood because you are ordering the net requirements. So you don't, so if the net requirement is 20, you order 20. Okay? That is it for the bicycle. Now, when you go for the fixed order quantity for the frame, you are ordering regardless of the shortage. So you are just saying, even if customers need 20 units, our fixed ordering policy is 300 units. So you are ordering from your suppliers regardless of the demand units, demand units that are demanded. That's what you are doing. So for the frame, we have week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The gross requirements are 0, 0, 0, 220 is there an example. Then when you have the shortage of 170, don't order, but let's fix order quantity. They will just determine to say, okay, as a company policy, we should be ordering 300 units. We should be ordering 400 units, regardless of the shortage. So we have the fixed order quantity of 300 units here. So when you order fixed order quantity of 300 units, and the net requirement is 170 units, it's very possible that you can have an on hand of 130. So if you're not followed, if you're ordering the net requirement, you would have ordered the 170. 170 for this one would have been 170. If it was in not followed, it would have been 170, would have ordered 170 units. So that we just clear the shortage.
So the other thinking could be maybe the frames come in a box that's already 300.
Come again?
Like the other thinking would be maybe you can't get one frame, you just have to order a box and they come 300 of them.
Yes. So now what happens is the 300 in the question they'll give you on the fixed order quantity, they'll give you that you're ordering 300 units, you're ordering 200 units, you're ordering so many units. They will specify. Okay.
Okay, it's clear.
So they will specify, they will say you're ordering 300 units. This 300 will be given to you on the fixed ordering policy in the question. So now you have to use it in the week where there is a net requirements, where there's a shortage. So in the week where there's a shortage, that's where you actually indicate the what? The net requirement. So if there's no shortage, you cannot indicate anything. So like here, for week 1, we didn't have any shortage because we had on hand plus scheduled receipts of 0 minus gross requirements of 0. So the 50 was still there. Then week 2 was 50 plus 0 minus 0. The 50 was still there. Week 3 similarly was 50 plus 0 minus 0. It was 50 was still there. Then around 50 plus 0 minus 0, 50 was still there. Then week 5 was 50 plus 0 minus 0, 50 was still there. Week 6 was 50 plus 0 minus 0, 50 was still there. In the other one, 50 plus 0 to meet the 220, there was a problem. We had a net requirement of 170. You get my point?
Yes.
So in that week when there was a net requirement of 170 here, what do? We should order so that we sort out that requirement. That's why we ordered the fixed. So from the question check, if it was a 200 here, we would have put a 200 here, meaning our on hand here would have remained 30.
Okay. Okay.
So it would have been a 200 minus 170, so a 30 would have come in. But now, since they have given us the question to say the fixed ordering policy is 300, so you go to order a 300, sort out, clear this 170, you remain with 130 here. So we are ordering regardless of the net requirements. So we have this one. Now this one is on hand physical stock, then plus a 0 minus 0 there. So we still have a 130 here. Okay, on hand. Then you check what is our planned order release. Our planned order release will be check the lead time for the frame. For the frame, lead time for the frame. Okay, so the lead time for the frame is 1 week. So frame lead time is 1 week. So that's why you discover that for the frame, the 1 week here for 300 comes here. Okay, so it comes here on this one. So 1 week before. So for you to have a receipt in week 7, this one should have been ordered 1 week before. So it's just like that. Then for the bots, it comes from the wheels. So in fact, for the bots or the wheels, they come from the frame. And then you check what is happening for the wheels. It's lot for lot. So lot for lot, you are saying is you are clear with it. So you're ordering the net requirements. Lot for lot, you are ordering the net requirements. So for the wheels, you just come and put them. Now you check the quantity. So for the wheels, the quantity is 2. So the release of the frame will go to the wheels, but multiplied by 2. So from the frame goes to the wheels, but multiplied by 2. So that's why we are getting the 300 here by 2, 600 in that very week, and lot for lot. So you can now put on hand there, plus that one minus that one. Then we have the net requirement in week 6 of 400. Then you order the same 400. Okay, so you order the same 400 in that week. You're ordering the net requirement. For lot, order net requirements. That's what it means by lot for lot. Then what happens? You check the lead time. So the lead time for the wheels, so you go to the wheels and then check the lead time is 2 weeks. So 2 weeks you just come and then check for the wheels lead time 2 weeks before. So for the receipt to be here, the order would have been placed 2 weeks before. So now this is where we're getting the 400 in this week as planned order is. Then you go and find out for the bots. Okay, so for the bots, we are saying it is 2. Okay, so for the bots, you're saying it is 2 from, so the wheels, the planned order release of the wheels multiplied by 2 are the gross requirements of the bots. So for the bots, to be 800 in that same week, week 4, 800. Then you check the other things. Schedule receipts, which are given, so 30 week 1, on hand was 20, aggregate, and then this one was fixed order quantity of 250 units. So you can order a fixed batch of 250 units, but of course, if 250 is not enough, order another batch of 250, which is 500 to come to 500. If 500 is not enough, order another batch, which will give us a 750. 750 not enough, can order up to 1,000. So we are ordering in multiples here of 250. So this is why you're getting 20 plus 30 minus that one is 50. 50 plus 0 minus that one is 50. And then here, we had the net requirement was 750. So we had to order, planned order receipt was 750. Why 750? Because we are ordering the fixed batch of 250. So we can order 3 batches of 250, which is 750. And the lead time was 1. So this is how we came up with this MRP for the bots in this way. Okay.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, it's very fine.
All right then. So this is very important that you need to go through, because as we look at other questions, it will be very easy, because you would have understood the concept. You have gotten the concepts, especially on the items that are involved. The gross requirements, the schedule receipts, the on hand, the net requirements, what it means, the planned order receipt, the planned order release. Okay. So we can now quickly switch to another topic, which is called inventory management. Okay.
Aren't we supposed to learn till 13?
Oh yeah, we're supposed to learn until 13 years. So meaning I'm going to just take about 10 minutes to explain just an introductory part of inventory management. Then we can attend to other classes at some time when you're free. We can schedule for another class so that we finish the inventory. So I can just introduce just an introductory part of it for 10 minutes for inventory management. Then we we can switch to the other class. Is that okay? Oh yeah. So let's now look at the inventory management. So inventory management, inventory means stock. Okay. So inventory means stock. So we are talking about, we can now look at what are the advantages of keeping stock. Okay. So the first one, you keep stock so that the firm does not incur ordering costs. You're keeping stock so that you're avoiding every time to make an order, every time you're ordering. So keep stock so that the firm does not incur ordering cost, acquisition cost, and the stock out costs. You're keeping stock because you're avoiding to tell customers that you don't have the stock because you may end up losing business. Then keep stock in order to maintain customers' goodwill. Okay, so you keep stock so that customers, when they come, they find that you have talk time. If you sell talk time every time, they find that you have it. You are selling tomatoes, you are selling any kind of stock, they should find that you still have it. To that's advantage so that you don't you maintain their goodwill. If they need a service, the lecturer, students come, they need a class, they should find that you are available so that you don't check their confidence. Now, we get into the disadvantage of keeping stock. The first aspect here, the firm incurs carrying costs, e.g. paying for warehousing salaries and wages. Okay, actually also paying for floor space charge related to warehousing activities, even for insurance of stock. It's a carrying cost, it's a continuous cost. Okay, so yeah, these that's a fixed disadvantage of keeping stock. Okay, so we're paying for people manning your stock, and then the inventory may be stolen, damaged, or spoiled. That's a disadvantage again of keeping stock. Of course, you can think of any other disadvantage of keeping stock or inventory. Now, there are three inventory models that are involved here. The first one is the purchasing model, when you're buying from suppliers in inventory. Those are inventory models. Then the second one is production model. Then you have the discount model. So the formulas for model 1 and model 3, they are the same formulas because they can only give you the discount when you're buying. So same formulas for model 1 and model 3. Model 3 is a discount model, and they can only give you the discount when you are buying. Okay, so this is what goes on. Okay, so model 1 is a model where a firm is buying units of the commodity. So this model is called the purchasing model. The model where the firm is buying into the commodity from the suppliers. So here we consider the following: economic order quantity. So how many units can you order at a time? How many units to order at a time? How many units to order at a time? How many units to order? How many units? Okay, to order. To order at a time. To order at a time. Okay, this is what we call the economic order quantity. So this D is annual demand, and the other one is in ordering cost order. This is ordering cost per order, annual demand. This is the EOQ, calling cost per unit per year. Okay. So carrying cost is always a percentage of acquisition cost or unit price. So on unit price, this is how you look at this one. Okay. Then you have number of orders per year. So number of orders per year is got annual demand over EOQ. EOQ and this one, they are the same. So this one is annual demand divided by EOQ. So what is important for now is, let me just run you through the formulas for model 1 so that you understand as we are buying from suppliers. So we get into the other one. Cycle time is the time between orders. So it's the time between orders. I calculated by cycle time is equal to Q over D multiplied by the days of the year. So Q is a EOQ, D is an annual demand. Then the order point is the point at which the firm should order units of the commodity again. So don't wait for the bag of meal meal to completely finish at home for you to order another bag. So you get a bin, you tell someone to say, okay, this is a bin, this is full, and then our order point will be, when it comes here, you can find it, this is your ROP. This is our order point. When the meal meal reaches this level, you need to order the bag of meal meal again. We have ordered, this is it on our EOQ, this is the economic order quantity. You have ordered the bag of meal meal at this level. Now you should do the meal meal fall to this level. You should order the bag again. Okay, so the order point is equal to expected demand during lead time, which is this one. There are two things that are involved. Expected demand during lead time, and then the safety stock. Safety stock acts as a buffer stock, which is kept for security reasons. So safety stock and buffer stock, they are the same. So it's just a stock that is kept for security reasons to cushion on demand. Lead time, the time taken between when an order is placed and when an order is actually received. That's a aspect of lead time. An order is placed, an order is received. So now expected demand during lead time is equal to daily demand multiplied by lead time. Expected demand during lead time is equal to daily demand multiplied by lead time. Now, what's the daily demand? Daily demand is equal to annual demand divided by the days of the year. Annual demand divided by, okay, days of the year. Days, okay, days of the year. Okay. So this is it, how you get the daily demand. So self stock is a buffer stock kept for security reasons, and self stock is calculated by the Z value multiplied by standard deviation of demand multiplied by the square root of lead time. Now, the order point can also be computed where the safety stock is not given. So our order point will also be expected demand during the lead time. So expected demand during lead time. This is it will be our order point without the safety stock. This is it without the, okay, so without safety stock. Without safety stock. Okay, so you're getting this one. So now we get into total stocking cost. So total stocking cost, you are doing stock taking. It's made up of two costs. So we are talking about, this is annual carrying cost and annual ordering cost. So when doing stock taking, you're supposed to look at how many units have you ordered and how many units did you bring down from the previous year there. So as we're doing stock taking. So you have annual carrying cost, which is this one. This one is annual carrying cost. And then this one is annual ordering cost. So on stock taking, this is it, what goes on. So you have annual carrying cost, and you also have the annual ordering cost. So we're looking at the stock taking. Okay. So where Q is a EOQ. So EOQ, economic order quantity, is very important here. If you get the first answer wrong in inventory management, which is this one, then it means that all other questions and answers that you're going to get for other questions will not be correct, because that is the Q that we are interested in. So this one is the same as our Q. So that's what we have. Then we get into the other agenda here, the last one that we're supposed to look at, which is total material cost. So this total material cost is made up of annual carrying cost, so annual carrying cost, then also our annual ordering cost, and the last one is excuse me, last one is acquisition cost multiplied by annual demand. It's the same as unit price. Unit price. This is unit price. Okay, unit price then multiplied by annual demand. So this is annual demand. So this is it, what goes on as we look at inventory management model 1, which is called the purchasing model. Okay, so purchasing model, all these formulas are the same ones that we need to look at as we go to the discount model, which is model 3. Model 1 formulas and model 3, they are the same formulas which I've given so far. So this one here, we use the same formulas for model 1. Model 3 formulas and model 1, we use the same formulas. So here, that's what I mentioned. So there's no need for us to again get to formulas for model 3, because I've given already formulas for model 1 and model 3 formulas are the same. So just need to go through these formulas. As you go through these formulas, then you're going to get into an example, which is this one, example 1. And the only difference with the model 3 is that model 3 discount model has a range of order quantities. So model 3 has a range of order quantities where the firm would want to take advantage of the quantity discount. Taking advantage. So as you buy more, they will give you a discount. An example, you're taking one course, they will charge you 1,500. If you're taking two courses, they will say, okay, pay me 1,000 for one course. So as many as to take advantage of the discount for how many units you're ordering. The more you order, the more the discount. So this is why model 3. So this one has a range of order quantities. So this is about what we are going to look at. So we need to come through, we're going to come and do this example 1 for the purchasing model. Then we'll build up to the other models so that we can finish the inventory management. So we can end here for now.
Okay. This video will be available. Is there another one for the inventory management so that I go through it?
You're saying what?
I'm saying, is there another video for inventory management so that I go through it before the next class?
Yeah, there's another video for inventory management. I think Mr. Collins, Mr. Njovu can send to you. You want which one? You wanted the one for the other for all of it for inventory management
Yes, like
in advance?
yes, like if I could listen to it.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Njovu can send it to you. Mr. Collins, I'll ask Mr. Collins to send to you.
Okay.
All right then. So I'll be slow to explain these other models. For the next class, we'll be sure is going to advise when the next class will be, so that we can do. You can run you slowly as much as you can get the video, but I need to still come through and to come and run you through again.
Yes.
All right then.